Hey everyone, welcome to Tuesday Tornado Tips. I'm your host, Jon Edlin. This is episode 6. We've been doing this for a little over a month now, 6 weeks, and I've really enjoyed being able to share with you the tips from just my survival, right, of the tornado, things that I wish I would have done differently before my family was hit by an EF3 tornado 6 years ago, back on March 3rd, 2020. So we're wrapping up March here, getting ready to roll into April. Tomorrow's April 1st, and April and May are typically busy times, especially in Tornado Alley, Dixie Alley, where you're going to get a lot of tornadoes. So let's make sure that we're staying safe this tornado season. And today's tip is actually going to be about what to do if you're in the community. If you're in a community that gets hit by a tornado, what are some things that you can do as a business owner, as somebody who just works in the community to show love to those who have been affected by the tornado? And trust me, you'll be able to see it in their face. You'll be able to see it when they walk into your store, when they, are walking around town, because it's just kind of this feeling of, man, I've lost everything. And no matter how grateful you are to be alive and to have survived that tornado, there's still this just feeling of overwhelm and so much to do that I know you can find those people in your community. So if you're in a community that's hit by a tornado, and you can go and help people and look for people who are needing that extra support and extra love in that season of their life, please do it. And let me show you a clip from my tornado safety course, right? It's a 6 session tornado safety course called Tornado Safety Made Simple. You can buy it on my website at tornadosmart.com, and it just goes through, it's 6 sessions, and goes through how to stay safe. But one of the things on this session 6 that I'm going to show you here in just a minute, a clip of that, is highlighting a story of some love that we felt from a waiter at an Irish restaurant just a 48 hours after the tornado hit, and he could see on our faces that we needed some extra love and support. So here's that story. I think the interesting thing about a community after it survived a tornado is that it didn't happen to the entire community. So, the tornado typically just goes right down one neighborhood, and the Target down the road might still be open. I know it was for us. And the restaurant, the Irish restaurant that was literally 4 blocks away from us, was still fine, had electricity, and was still kicking. And so I remember a time when my wife and I were cleaning up just 48 hours after the tornado. We were exhausted and had no sleep, and had been going back and forth in between my cousin's house and our house trying to salvage anything that was salvageable. And we were literally exhausted and just needed some food. So we jumped into the restaurant and ordered our food, and our waiter could just see in our eyes that we were tired. And they said, "Wow, are you guys okay?" And we said, "Well, our house was just hit by a tornado and we're exhausted." And I will never forget that waiter sat down next to us in that booth, literally sat down next to my wife and said, "You guys are going to be okay. You're going to get through this. Let me go ahead and get this meal comped and free for you guys, and bring out some Irish coffees for you, and take good care of you. And you guys are going to get through this." And so not only did they pay for our meal and our Irish coffees that day, but they also gave us a $30 gift card to come back and to have another meal on them. And that type of generosity was so impactful to us. These are people who didn't know us, who didn't know the exact house that was hit, who didn't even know our kids. Our kids at that time were hanging out at another family's house, and it was just us. But they took the time to see that we were hurting and made steps to really love us. And that is what a community has the ability to do after a tornado hits. Wow. I mean, that's still just, when I hear that story again, I'm just overcome with emotion of the love and support, and how he felt empowered to be able to ask his manager, "Hey, can we comp their meal? Can we give them a coupon? And I don't know what the conversation looked like behind the scenes with that manager. If that manager was like, "Oh yeah, let's also do this," or or if he really pushed for that, I'm not sure. But I do know the result was we felt super loved. We felt super appreciated for just hanging in there and for going into the restaurant that day. And it really made an impact on us. So my hope is that this has inspired you to love others well, to look for people who might be going through a rough time and see what you can do to show them that you love them, that you support them, and that alongside of them during this difficult time. So let's stay safe this tornado season, and I appreciate you watching today.